Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Candace. I am the supervisor for this class. This is the Oregon class 493, which means just in 7 classes, we're going to have our 500th graduation on this campus. That's pretty amazing. I would love to also welcome the people who are here on Livestream. We are in the Visitor Center on the Oregon campus, like I mentioned, and as I look out the window, it's dumping rain, so welcome to Oregon. We are here to celebrate 4 brand new guide dog teams, 3 of which are people that are coming back for another dog and 1 person who is brand new to the program. And I really want to talk about, for just a quick moment, how hard these guys worked. And I'm going to look at them as I do this. You guys really, you kept a... Sorry about that. We had a little feedback there. You guys really worked hard. I mean, these guys, they're up early in the morning. They're taking care of their dog's needs before their own. They go into discussion. They listen to us go on and on and on, and then they go out and they work their dogs either in the dumping rain or a few beautiful days that we had. They're out at night working the dogs. They're in Clackamas Town Center. They're in downtown Portland. They're on side areas where there are no sidewalks, and they're actually learning how to travel in the streets. And we even drug them out late at night, so they had routes at night. So a lot of this is going on within a very short 2-week period. And it's not easy, and it's tiring, and these guys kept a great attitude through the whole thing, and I just want to give you guys a round of applause. Thank you so much. This is a celebration, and there's another group that play a very prominent part, and that is the puppy raisers. Now, the puppy raisers are people that volunteer their time, and they work really hard, and they give their love to these cute little fuzzy balls of fur with teeth, and that also piddle on the ground. And they spend a lot of time teaching these dogs to be very comfortable in all environments. These dogs can be in a very rural area working, or they can be in downtown New York. They do fantastic, and it is because the puppy raisers put a lot of work into it. It's very gratifying for the puppy raiser, but you know, I want to acknowledge how much work it is, and I really want to say thank you very, very much to the puppy raisers. How about a hand for them? So it takes a village. You've never heard that before, right? There are a lot of people that are involved in the sidelines. We, of course, have donors. We do not get any funding from the government, so what money we're getting are usually through bequests, through various, well, just whatever the case is, but it's the public. And it doesn't matter if it's $5 or $1 million, every bit helps. So I want to thank them. And I also want to thank the volunteers. Volunteers are people that are coming to campus maybe at 4 in the morning to drive a client to the airport, or maybe they're down taking care of the dogs, or in our gift shop. They're doing the cashier work. We've just got wonderful volunteers. And I want to thank both those groups, the donors and the volunteers, for all their work. Thank you very much. So obviously, I'm not the only employee here that's involved in this program. We have a wide group of people that help out, and I want to thank those people also. Everything from the people that make the food in the dorm, and let me tell you, it's a little too good, as well as keeping the dorm clean, the campus clean, the vet clinic who takes care of the dogs, and the kennel staff who are, there are several of them here in the back of the room, that take care of the dogs when the instructors are out or on the weekends. Without them, we couldn't do it. And the last 2 I want to thank are the instructors that were part of this class and worked very closely with the clients. So come on up, Hannah. Hannah is an apprentice. Hannah, what level are you? She's a level 2. And Haley, come on up. She's also a level 2 apprentice. All right, so the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a video. It is a voiceover video, so if you hear some voices besides the regular commentary, that is so that all people can enjoy this video. And then after that, we will have people come up on stage and chat. So thank you.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program,
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
the struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on the beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Awesome. All right, my name's Haley, and I'm an apprentice instructor here at GDB, and I'm going to start announcing the clients. So first up, we have Heidi Bach of Great Falls, Montana. Heidi loves to travel and is very excited to now have a new travel companion. Heidi is receiving her first guide dog, John, a loving male black Labrador retriever raised by Sprite Sunlight of Paulsbow, Washington.
I just wanted to say thank you to all of the support staff, all of the people that made this possible, and that John and I are going to have a great time together. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. I'd like to thank, first of all, Sharon Clegg, our club leader, for helping bring John into my life. I had just put a dog on the truck to go back to training, and she sent me this email with the title something about cute puppies ready for homes, and telling me that these puppies really needed raisers. And there was a picture of John, and next thing I know, I'm picking him up at the cargo area with Jim Haskins, one of our raisers, and he comes out of this crate, just amazing dog. And then I send him back to training, and he goes into class, and it's like, wait a minute, no, that didn't work out. And then I wait, and then he's in class again. Oh, good. And like, no, wait, that didn't work out either. And then I was getting really nervous, and our club leader again kept saying, he's just waiting for the right person. And I am so glad that he waited for Heidi. It's so perfect.
Thank you, guys. And next up, we have Pamela Berman of Chicago. Hold the applause. Of Chicago, Illinois. Pam lives with her partner, Mary, and is a mother of 2 children and a daughter-in-law. Pam loves to read, loves food, and loves being social. Pam is receiving her 3rd guide dog, Brian, a handsome male yellow Labrador, raised by Megan Menkovich of Powell Butte, Oregon.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is number 3 for me, and still the wow factor. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Haley, for great instruction and great aroma. I really appreciate that. My new guide's name is Brian, but AKA Mr. Perfect. I am just so impressed with Guide Dogs for the Blind. I mean, Megan, Alex, wherever you are, I hope you're listening. Thank you so much. You raised an amazing guide. Sharon, thank you for fostering an amazing dog. Guide Dogs for the Blind, there's a geneticist that helps to figure out what dog bred with what will create the perfect dog. I mean, it's just astounding. I mean, Walt Disney has nothing on Guide Dogs for the Blind. This is absolutely a magical experience. Being blind, one of my sons said once, "My mom is so lucky she's blind." And I was like, how does that make me lucky? And then I looked at my first guide, Cabrillo, and I thought, wow, that is pretty incredibly lucky that I get to walk through life with an amazing dog. Cabrillo was a fantastic first guide dog, so thank you, Jan and Ty and Taryn Frost, who helped me to be the advocate that I am. Jake Cook, thank you for being here. My coworker, I also do outreach for guide dogs because I just love telling everybody how amazing Guide Dogs for the Blind is. Being blind would never be my choice, but with Guide Dogs for the Blind, it is such an adventure because not only do we get these incredible dogs, these incredible volunteer foster people, cooks, chefs. Did I tell you guys yet about the food here? It's amazing. Everything about Guide Dogs for the Blind has been a phenomenal experience for me. You all heard a little bit about the Canine Buddy program. I have a friend in Illinois who's got a Canine Buddy. For those of you who are blind, who aren't, for whatever reason, ready for a guide dog, there's the Canine Buddies. But the O&M immersion program has been a fantastic experience for me, and I would not trade this for the world. Thank you so much to everyone that I have experienced here for making this such a great 2 weeks. Laura and Catherine in the dorm, Catherine, the chef, Carolyn, who impersonates Catherine. Thank you all so much. And Hannah and Candace.
I'm so honored to represent Megan, who couldn't be here today. I had the privilege of fostering Brian through some medical issues during his training program. He was the perfect house guest. It was so nice to meet Pam today, to see Brian so healthy, and to celebrate their new partnership. Megan asked me to read her graduation address. First, I want to thank Brian's foster care provider for stepping in for us today, since we cannot be there, and welcoming Brian in their home during training. It truly takes a village. Thanks, Megan. Brian was the 17th puppy we raised. He was a beast of a puppy, barely fitting into the Sherpa bag he flew home in, which really was a setup for life with Brian. He slept throughout the entire flight. We live in rural Central Oregon and are a pretty active family. We do a lot of walking, hiking, exploring, and we travel a lot, both for my work and fun. As a result, Brian quickly became a favorite around my office and a great companion on many trips. My best guess is that he probably flew 30-ish flights and 50,000 miles in his time with us. Seattle, San Francisco, Palm Springs, Phoenix, Reno, Las Vegas, Dallas, Austin, and Charleston. Always super chill and an exceptional ambassador for GDB. We have a friend who always comes up with a hashtag for our puppies, and he coined Brian as #BrianHearted, which represents Brian to a T. He's the most loyal, cuddly, lovable, well-behaved, good-natured super sleeper we've ever had. My 4-year-old niece used him as a table for her action figures while he napped for over an hour. He never even flinched. He also has an amazing, goofy, playful side. He can entertain himself for hours. His superpower is using his front paws like an otter to play with toys while on his back. We'd like to thank the entire GDB staff for their dedication, support, and commitment to creating partnerships. In celebration of their graduation, we made a donation to cover the cost of Brian's harness. We're very excited to have Brian join and paired with Pam. They are a perfect match and will have an amazing life of love and adventure ahead of them. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Next up, we have Joan Carlton of Osterville, Massachusetts. Joan loves to take long walks in the rain, and Joan did ask me to do a long pause for dramatic effect. Joan is receiving her second guide dog, Valerie, a happy female yellow Labrador retriever, raised by Kathy Baker of Longmont, Colorado. Excuse me.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joan. My last name is Carlton. And this is my new guide, Valerie. And my first guide's name was Velda. So I have 2 of the V letters. And now I have 3 dogs at home, Velda, Violet, and Valerie. I want to thank these 2, Kathy and David, for coming from Colorado and doing such a phenomenal job raising Valerie. This is their 11th guide dog that they have raised, and they have done a phenomenal, phenomenal job with her. And I'm so delighted that they made the trip to come and say hi to Valerie and to meet me to make sure that I was the right person for their child. I want to say that Guide Dogs for the Blind is one of the most phenomenal institutions that I have ever come across. I think that they're so worthwhile donating to, and I know that all of the things that I have been given here were done by private donations, and this is a phenomenal place to give any funds to. I want to thank Hannah, who trained me with Valerie, and I want to thank her with the deepest gratitude for giving me a lot of corrections, but gently, without intimidation, and I have learned so much from Hannah. I absolutely love you. Candace, thank you for your support wherever you are. Okay. I connect with you very, very well, and I hope we can be friends. My classmates, you've inspired me. Pam, you inspired me. You found your way from the carousel, from the plane to the carousel, completely blind. Well, I don't look forward to going blind, but I'm going to learn from her. And Heidi, it was a joy meeting you. And Serena, you are a joy as well. Now, there are some pros and cons about being blind, and one of the pros is, well, I have a handicap sticker, so all my friends are like, wow, we've got a handicap sticker. And also, getting through the airport, going through security, I don't have a problem. I'm taken right through, and that's delightful. And I'm sure it will happen tomorrow as well, I hope. I do have an amusing story to tell you about my guide dog, Velda. She was lying on my bed, and we were watching television, and I was eating a chocolate chip cookie. Actually, I had about 3 of them. And I noticed a chocolate chip on my bed, and I went, oh gosh, chocolates are poisonous to dogs. So I grabbed it, threw it in my mouth, and oh my God, it was not okay. I ran to the bathroom. I vomited in the toilet. I washed my mouth out with Listerine, and I will never do that again. So thank you, everybody, and you, Haley. Mwah. Everybody here is wonderful. Thank you for everything.
A message for us all there. A few years ago, Valerie's mother, Maggie, was being raised in the Boulder Puppy Club by a dear friend of mine. And I saw her a lot during the year that she was with us, and I admired so much about her. Her lovely golden color, similar to Valerie's, her petite size, similar to Valerie's, and her wonderful, kind, sweet nature, also similar to Valerie's. So when Maggie was chosen to be a breeder for guide dogs, I might have mentioned to my PFM how nice it would be if I ever had the opportunity, maybe, to raise one of her puppies. Well, I did have the opportunity because Valerie's mother had one litter of one puppy, and here she is. And I was lucky enough to raise sweet Valerie. Valerie also, like Brian, has a superpower that you might not know about, but I should warn you about. Valerie's superpower is her ability to flirt. Oh. Unashamedly, she can make contact with a complete stranger across a crowded room, an airport terminal, a coffee shop, a restaurant, one end of a city bus, and she will watch them until they see her, and then they will smile at her invariably, because who wouldn't, you know? She sees them smile, and the very end of her tail just starts to go like this, a little tiny tremor. And the stranger beams because she's got a reaction from Valerie. Valerie's tail will start to thump, and pretty soon she'll no longer be able to sit because it's a whole body wiggle. And she'll actually physically stand, and her whole body will be thumping along, and the stranger is beaming from ear to ear that she's made, or he has made, this wonderful connection with Valerie. I was told that her behavior, such as this, was solicitous, and that we'd need to keep an eye on it. Well, we did keep an eye on it, and at the end of October last year, I was flying her back to Portland to start her formal training to become a guide. And I was patting myself on the back thinking, man, this dog's doing great. Here we are in the busiest airport, one of the busiest airports in the world, and she is just doing everything great. We get on the plane, she settles beautifully in her tiny spot. She's doing great, and I'm thinking, God, girl, I did a good job with this one. And then this young man came and sat next to us and smiled at her. Well, that, you know what happened next. By the time we got to Portland, the tail had stopped wagging. Well, it's a 2.5-hour flight. She couldn't keep it up that long. So her tail stopped wagging, but her chin was resting on this gentleman's knee. Her eyes were shut, and he was patting the top of her head, the two of them seemingly bonded forever. Valerie was the happiest, cuddliest, bravest, smartest, flirtiest puppy that I've ever raised. Yet on outings with her vest on, she was a rock star. It was all business, cool, calm, collected. I want to thank everybody in the Boulder Puppy Club because you all had a hand in helping me raise this dog. Our fabulous leaders and our Colorado PFM, Lauren Grimditch, whose support and advice we can always count on. And I want to thank the unsung heroes of the puppy raising community, the husbands, the family members who are so dedicated to this cause. And I should remind you that some of them never actually signed up for this. And 11 dogs later, they are our trusty sidekicks, our wingmen, always willing to take a dog out at midnight in a blizzard to relieve them when I am just done, or to watch an unruly puppy at home while I run to the store for a gallon of milk in 5 minutes peace. We wish you all the very, very best, Joan.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this wonderful new partnership. We know you will go forward, living life to the fullest with Velda, Violet, and your new wingman, Valerie, by your side.
Thank you so much. That was lovely.
Okay, you ready, kid? You're going to take my arm.
Thank you, guys. And last, we have Serena Miller of Caldwell, Idaho. Serena is an animal lover who loves going on nature walks. Serena is receiving her second guide dog, Ashley, an adorable female yellow Labrador retriever, raised by Emily Slaughter of Mozilla Park, New Mexico, Bill Baker of Mesa, Arizona, and Fletcher Giles of Phoenix, Arizona.
I just want to say that I'm so happy that Guide Dogs for the Blind has done it again with giving me such a perfect guide dog and everything I asked for in a dog. I only have one other dog to compare to, and I was so worried that I was going to get, since I got the perfect dog the first time, that I wasn't going to get another one, and I was going to get the worst that they could possibly give me. But even though all I could, I still do it now, but all I could do when I first met Ashley, who is very bored right now, apparently, is just compare my first guide, Spruce, a male yellow lab, with Ashley. And they are very different. Spruce was very calm. Ashley's very energetic. Spruce was very soft, a very soft-spoken, kind of dog. Valerie is very openly affectionate and shows her excitement by her wiggling and her kisses, which Spruce never did. And they're just two totally different guides, but at the same time, they are also extremely perfect and exactly what I want. And I'm sure that as long as my old guide is still here, that they will be the best of big brother and older sister. And I hope that Ashley gets to go on as many adventures and crazy life turns as much as he did. So I'm great to have her with me, and I'm so excited for the future. Thanks to everyone who it took to raise her and train her.
Hello, my name is Sue, and this is Fletcher. And we raised Ashley from about 7 or 8 months. We're from the Phoenix, Arizona club. Ashley's original raiser had to step out of raising for a while, so our club stepped up. Various people throughout the club had her before we got her. And then our PFM, Sandy Ellsworth, who we've known for many years and has coached us through all of the dogs we raised, asked us if we would take Ashley full-time, which we were happy to do. The first thing that we noticed about Ashley is her wagging. Labs are notorious for being very good waggers, but she is a full-body wagger. She is very excited to meet people. She's very social. She loves everybody she meets, and she's very easy to show you that through all of her wagging. As we got her as an older dog, we were able to do a lot of socialization right off the bat. Fletcher's favorite hangouts are Lowe's and Home Depot, so she was there for many hours. He's also a lunch guy, so she went to lunch all over the city. I work in an office downtown, so she came there and was our office dog many days, hanging out with us. And then we had baseball tickets over the summer, so she went to multiple baseball games, riding the light rail to get there, and then back to my office. So we had lots of fun with her. She was a great dog to raise. We're very happy to meet Serena. It's very nice to see the end results of all your work, and we wish them well in all of the adventures we know they're going to have.
Thank you, guys, and congratulations to all the graduates, and may the 4th be with you.
I was wondering how many people are going to get that. Before we start the demonstration, I would like to put a special thanks out to a donor who every class on both campuses donates a harness for us, so they pay for that harness. And this is Lillian Tremaroli. I hope I said that correctly. So I just want to say a special thank you for doing that. All right, now the demonstration. Hannah is going to get her dog in just a second here, and before she gets Kayla, who's a little yellow lab, I am going to talk a little bit about how we train dogs to find a particular item like a bench or a chair or something. And to do that, we're going to need a bench, so give me just a second here. Voila, bench. This bench is going to be our, let's say, our bus stop. And Hannah's going to be teaching her dog how to find that bus stop by using a clicker. Now, the clients are going to say, oh gosh, not this lecture again. Because what we're going to do is talk about how to teach that clicker. The clicker is simply a box that makes a click sound. Can you give me that sound, please? There you go. Now she has to feed that dog. That noise is a bridge between when the dog has done an action and when they receive the reward for it. So it's very similar to using the word good when they do something, or good job or something like that, but it's very precise. So the first thing she's going to do is some basic obedience. This dog already knows how to do obedience. Generally, the clicker is a learning tool, and once they've learned something, we don't use it anymore. But in this case, she's just marking the behavior. Yes, you did that correctly. And the dog knows that box means food's coming, that lovely little noise that that box makes. So that dog is thinking to myself, how do I get that box to make that noise again? So they'll try and repeat the behavior to get that kibble again. We use this particular thing to teach the dogs how to find a curb, or how to find a pole, or how to find a bench. And right now you'll notice that she is actually using her hand as a target. She puts her hand out, the dog touches it, and the dog gets a kibble. She's slowly but surely getting closer and closer to that bench. The dog's like, okay, I don't mind this, I'll keep touching this. And as she gets closer, she starts actually putting her hand on the bench. Now, these dogs have experienced this enough to know that, all right, at some point, I'm not going to worry about that hand. I'm actually going to go to where she is putting her hand. Hannah is not going to take that step of transferring it over to the bench until the dog shows some anticipation. So if you watch the dog close, and there it was right there, she realized that the dog is already understanding that actually it's the bench she wants to find, not the hand. And she realized that because as she picked up the harness, the dog started making that move to the bench. So this is just a fantastic way for the dogs to learn how to do something in a very positive manner. So you can see the actual enthusiasm that that dog was showing to make it to the bench. So we'll watch here, and let's see if the dog's got a good understanding. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, and then the very last thing we do is, of course, give the dog thank you for doing that. And if Hannah wants, she can even sit on the bench and say, hey, this was the end result. And I didn't see that, but it must have been good. All right, thank you, everybody. This is the end of the ceremony. I want to welcome, I know we have some people in the audience that are here to find out more information about our puppy raisers and how to become one. Yay, thank you very much. We can always use help in that. And in about 10 minutes, both Linda and Ashley will be, not the dog, the person, will be in the back of the room, and they can give you more information on that. Also, we have some lemonade, some cookies and so forth out in the gift shop, which will be open for a little while longer. Thank you, everybody.